Hey guys, how are you? I just wanted to first off introduce myself. My name is Abby McMaster, and I am actually the diamond leader in this organization. And so my husband Eric and I have been using and sharing AdvoCare for now about 3 years, which has been really exciting. But the point behind this is I just realized recently how much this team is growing. And whether it be just people using product or people looking at sharing the business or people intentionally sharing the business, this team is growing very quickly. And so I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself and just tell our story for those of you who don't maybe know about it. And so that's really the whole idea behind this, because what I want to do and what I want to accomplish from this video is for you to all really understand what you can do with AdvoCare. Whether you do choose just to use the products and love those at a great discount, or you choose to maybe look a little bit more into it or intentionally build a business. I just want people to know what their options are, because when I got started with AdvoCare, honestly, I really didn't know my options. And what a whirlwind the last 3 years has been for us. And so I just don't want to take away an opportunity for any of you that may choose to do something more with AdvoCare. So I just wanted to share our story with you guys. And again, just share with you the different ways you can be engaged so that each of you are well aware of what your options are. So again, no pressure. We absolutely meet you where you're at. There's never any pressure at all, but it's just nice for everyone to know what they can do so that they can choose from there. So my husband, Eric, and I, we were introduced to AdvoCare, like I said, 3 years ago from our friends, Jan and Lindsay Gorski, who I would like to say we're eternally grateful for. But at the time I was a tired mom. So I have two kids. At the time they were 4 and 6 years old. So I was busy running around. And what I found was I was drinking coffee all day long. I just had no energy. I was crashing throughout the day. And so my girlfriend, Lindsay, gave me a spark and I loved it. It was great. It gave me the energy I needed. I remember I called her one night and I said, seriously, what is that stuff? Because I need it for the rest of my life. And so that's all we did with it, was just drink Spark for about 4 months. And then we decided to go ahead and look more into what the 24-day challenge was and some of the other products. And honestly, in 24 days, my husband, Eric, lost 12 pounds. He's now down 22, 23. It ranges on different days. And then myself, I ended up toning up 2% body fat, just feeling better than I've ever felt in my life. But truly, that's all we ever thought we would do with AdvoCare. Until, actually our first month of using products, we had a couple of friends ask us what we were doing, what we were drinking, what that Spark stuff was. And so I very casually told them it was AdvoCare, not intentionally at all. I never expected anything to come from it. But our first month, we made an extra $50. And so for me at that time, $50 was a big deal. And so I share this with you guys just so you kind of know where we were at that time. 3 years ago, I found myself as that mom and stay-at-home mom and wife who really had given up a lot of my dreams to just make sure, obviously, that my family's dreams were fulfilled, which is such a great, great thing. But I had lost myself a little bit. And so when I saw $50, I saw an opportunity to contribute to the family. We were definitely the family at that time who was drowning in debt. Nobody knew. We lived in a very nice house. My husband made well over 6 figures. He had a great job. But we were definitely that family that nobody knew that. Not even our family members knew how financially stressed we were, but we were. And so we walked out the front door. We put on a smile on our face. We made everyone think it was great. And then we shut that front door and we fought constantly. We were making excuses for why we couldn't do things. And really the real reason behind it was we just didn't have the extra income. So when I saw an extra $50 be put in our bank account from AdvoCare by sharing with just a couple people, I saw an opportunity to maybe just help our family a little bit. And so 2 months of doing that, then all of a sudden we made an extra $500 that month. And that was definitely that moment where my husband, Eric, he let his guard down. He was definitely that skeptical husband. So if you're sitting here going, well, my spouse is incredibly skeptical, that's where we were. My husband was incredibly skeptical. He told me it would never work. He told me it was one of those things. But I just figured, what do I have to lose? If we can bring in an extra $50, $500 a month, what do we have to lose? We already were so stressed financially. And so, but at $500, that was definitely where he saw an opportunity. He saw that $500 was a big deal. $500 was helping with a car payment, was helping with groceries, was helping that we could go to dinner with friends on a Friday night and not stress so much. So I just kept doing that. I just kept sharing with more and more people. And it was really around December of 2012 that I realized how much we really did need this, because frankly, I was sick and tired of being so stressed. I was sick and tired of not living the life that I wanted to live. I was sick and tired of every day being dictated by, can we afford it? I was sick of it. And so it was Christmas time that year, actually. The holiday season had just become. And found ourselves on the phone with the credit card company, begging for them to raise our credit limit on some credit cards so that we could buy Christmas presents for our kids. And they wouldn't do it. Thankfully, I thank them now, but I was devastated at that time because I thought, what are we going to do? And then I realized, well, wait a second, Abby, you've been sharing AdvoCare. You're making about $500 a month. Why don't you just get more intentional and decide to go help more people? And so that's what we did. And that year we were able to pay for Christmas cash by sharing AdvoCare. And so, what it's done for our family now is it really has, it's given me back my life. It's given me back my husband. It's given me back our family, because now we're able to live the life that we knew we were destined to live, and not the life that we were living dictated by debt. And that's not a fun life to live. And for us, that is what it was. My husband, we were also dictated by time, because he was having to travel a lot, and he was having to look at promotions where we possibly would have to move out of state because of the fact that we didn't have extra finances. The only way to gain more finances for us at that time was for him to take another promotion and be gone even more. And so what AdvoCare has done for our family, number one, has given us our time back. We dictate our time. We dictate the time that we want to spend in AdvoCare. It's allowed our family to pay off over $103,000 in debt using the AdvoCare Debt Buster system. So if you're watching this and you're in debt right now, call AdvoCare or get onto your microsite. The Debt Buster system is free to you as a distributor, so definitely take a look at that. But so it's allowed us to pay off $103,000 of debt. It's allowed my husband and I to save our marriage. And I truly, truly believe that, because we were on a path of destruction. And what I mean by destruction is we were fighting so much that it was coming between us because of finances. So AdvoCare gave us our marriage back. We are happier than ever. It's allowed our kids to be able to create memories that we would never have been able to create before. We've taken our kids on trips that we could never have even imagined doing before because we were so stressed financially. What it's also done is it's allowed my husband, who was in surgical sales, had a phenomenal job, like I said, but he's now on full-time AdvoCare with me. So June 1st, 2015, he walked away from his surgical sales job, and he's now full-time AdvoCare with me. And so what it's done for our family has been incredible. But again, you guys, it started out as I just wanted to use product at a 20% discount. That was it. And it grew into so much more. So I wanted to share with you guys just what the options are and just what the opportunity is, because it's nothing that I ever would have imagined before. I share this with you guys because I want you to see the possibilities, but also not to compare or think it's not real. I'm a real person. You can pick up the phone and call me. But in the last 4 weeks, AdvoCare's paid us over $40,000. And that's what it's done in this year of 2015. We've made over $450,000 so far. We just added it all up. So again, it's something that we never imagined. Had you told me 3 years ago that we'd be sitting here sharing AdvoCare full time, just having an amazing team that's now our family, I would have said you were absolutely out of your mind crazy. But that's what just deciding and being intentional every day by sharing AdvoCare and changing our circumstances, and frankly, having a big why. Because frankly, I was sick and tired 3 years ago of the everyday annoyances, the everyday stresses that we were living. And I knew that by just taking advantage of this and just deciding that I wanted to, see what this AdvoCare opportunity could do for our family, that's what it's done for us. So again, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and show this really quick. This is our menu of options, and I'm not sure if you guys have seen it before, but number one, you can be a retail customer. That's where we started in the very beginning. Number two, you can be a wholesale customer. That's where you make a one-time investment of $79. You end up getting $68 worth of Spark and having a 20% discount. Or number three and number four is somebody at a 40% discount, whether you're intentionally sharing AdvoCare or not intentionally sharing AdvoCare. We say a 40% discount distributor is somebody who may share casually here and there, but frankly enjoys product at a 40% discount. Advisor, a 40% discount, is somebody who says, I want to see if I can make some money with this or a lot of money with this. It's up to you. The sky's the limit. But those are just your options. I tell anyone who's watching this right now, if you right now are thinking, okay, I want to see what I can do with this, and you're not at a 40% discount, that's our first step. And the second step from there is deciding why. Why do you want to do this? What would it do for your family? What everyday annoyances would it remove from your family if you had an extra $500 a month? So that was what I just had. This was on my heart today. I just wanted to introduce you guys, myself to you, so you know who I am. I'm here for every one of you. If you need anything, just certainly reach out. Make sure we're friends on Facebook. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day. Feel free to share this with anyone. You're absolutely welcome to. And so now that I've shared what AdvoCare's done for our family, I want to encourage you guys in the thread below this, share what AdvoCare's done for yourself, whether you want to make this a video or you want to just type it out. But I'd love for us to share as a team what AdvoCare's done for for each and every one of our families, whether it be $1 or $5,000, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not even really about the money. It's about what has it done for you personally and for your family. So feel free to share, you guys. I hope you have an awesome day, and let's have an awesome, awesome week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.